2 of Water Never Hurt a Man, picking up where we left off. "Oh, pretty good, I guess. That other fellow won't bother us no more," said John, examining the fallen man. He lay half-stunned by the water's edge, a smooth, big man with frightened, pale eyes, and one crumpled arm was in the water. John's father looked at the man, and then at the boot he had in his hand. "I'd ought to mark him by the rights of it, but he ain't worth the work. The way he laid down, who'd ever know his name was Buller, or Buller?" Buller. John gazed up admiringly at his big father and studied how the blood ran from the outer corner of the eye and lost its way in the black beard, which the rain had soaked. His father had licked the western bully proper. "Hey there." The hail came in a thin, cracking voice. Turning, they saw the lock-keeper, white-bearded, peering at them from under the battered umbrella he held with both hands against the wind. The tails of his nightshirt whipped round the tops of his boots. "Hey there, you. There'll be some down boots by pretty quick, so you want to hurry along now while the level's right." John was aware of his father standing looking down at him. Shall we tie by where we be?" asked his father. John felt pains coming into the back of his neck where he had been pummeled, and his knuckles ached. "We can stay here a spell," said his father. "The storm's a-comin' on again. There'll be bad lightning, I make no doubt." As he spoke, there came a flash, and John whirled to see if the other driver boy was still visible. He was proud to see him sitting by the towpath, nursing his hurt hand. John did not notice the thunder. He was elaborating a sentence in his mind. He made a hole in the mud with his toe of his boot, spat into it, and covered it, the way he had seen his father do at home on a Sunday. "Why," he said in a high voice, eyeing the old Bacalona, "I guess them poor Bezabor farmers will be wantin' them plows for the spring plowin', I guess. Me, I'm kind of tuckered," said his father, raising his shoulders to loose the wet shirt off his back, "and the rain's commencing, too." John said importantly, "Water never hurt a man. It keeps his hide from cracking." His father jumped aboard. He took his own horn and tooted it for the lock. John ran ahead and put back the other boat's team and cried to their own horses to go on. They took up the slack wearily, and presently little ripples showed on the Bacalona's bow, and the lantern showed the shore slipping back. On the stern, George Brace blew a blast for the lock. The old lock-keeper was standing by the sluices, drops of water from his beard falling between his feet. The board went down, and the horses took it out. Ahead the team and the boy left the lantern light and entered once more the darkness. The rope followed, and once more the Bacalona was alone with his own lantern. Presently, though, in a stroke of light, George saw his son beside the boat. "What's the matter? Hey there," he asked. "Say, Pa, will you chunk me your bullwhip here ashore? Them horses is getting kind of dozy. They need soaping proper." "Where's your whip?" "I guess I left it a while back. I guess it was in that kind of scrummage we had. I guess it needs a heavier whip I guess it needs a heavier whip anyhow. I guess a man couldn't spare the time to go back for it." "Sure," said George. He reached down and took it from its peg, coiled it, and tossed it ashore. The boat went ahead slowly with a sound of water, and of rain, and of wind.